The clap.
Oh, is it one clap?
Yes.
Bruh, should have told me that.
See, I think that's a good way to start it.
I'm over here giving a round of applause, and everyone's just,
Yeah, that's a good way to start
good
things.
morning, welcome to the, yeah.
Adrian, are you gonna edit that out or no? I just want
I'll
to know.
decide. I'll decide when I get there.
I'm just letting y'all
Okay.
know, if y'all hear my keyboard in the background, it's because I'm playing Minecraft.
He is.
I'm
Of
on my,
course.
I'm
All
on
right.
my,
All
I
right.
can hop
what do you
on.
mean,
I can
of
hop on the
course?
server.
What do you mean,
Okay.
of course?
Oh no, I can't do that. That would make a lot of background noise.
Is it because I literally have like 10,000 hours in Minecraft?
I
Yeah.
probably have like a couple thousand too.
Not
I'm
that,
gonna be honest. I probably do too. Probably.
except for the past like 4 years hasn't really done so well for you.
Yeah, except the last 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
when you get back from dinner.
Yeah, we need to get back from dinner, bro.
I
We're
don't know.
waiting.
I don't know. I don't know.
All
It's a
right, here's
pretty
just a
damn
bit of
big dinner.
context for that. He literally said one day, "All right, I'm gonna go eat dinner," and then never came back on for like 4 months after that.
Well,
Yeah.
it was for a little bit, and then it was he got him briefly, and then right after that, that's when he moved and had
And
no
he
internet.
moved
So
to
then, yeah,
freaking moved to Hee Hee Town or Yeehaw Town, whatever that place is.
I call it butt nowhere.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description. Not gonna lie. That is exactly what that place is now that I think of it, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, zombie came out. There's two zombies came out of nowhere. I'm trying to
Oh,
place
piss
my
off, baby.
I'm trying to place my freaking glowstone. I'm on fire now. Why am I on fire?
All right, welcome, listeners, to the Graveyard Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Berger.
I'm Adrian.
I'm your special guest, Daemeon, even though I'm always in this.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Subscribe to GTX HD. Ooh, now my audience knows my last name and my
yeah.
first name.
I know what I'm putting in the tags.
No, get me out of here. I'm leaving. Bye. Hope you have a great night. All right, at least cut out.
Hey, dude, Daemeon, your name and crap will be up on this channel when we record,
Oh
because
well.
you'll get credit.
At this point, I really like don't care, but like I don't feel like name dropping myself.
Well, you just did.
Okay, well, at least take out my last name.
Yeah, I can cut out your last name because I don't say my
That's what
last name either.
that's what Zach did. He just said I'm Zach T.
And then you made fun of him.
Yeah, because it's just like that sounds stupid.
Sounds like
Bruh,
sounds like a bad version of Ice T.
I'm Zach.
Yes.
Hello. I am Dasani water bottle. All right, when do we get into our sponsors?
Hey, when we get sponsors, that's when
Sponsored
we'll
by
get into sponsors.
Minecraft.
Today's episode. Speaking of sponsors, today's episode is sponsored by G Fuel.
We're not sponsored by anything. We're not sponsored by
Hey,
anything.
but any sponsors who are listening to this right now, we will gladly any
Come on,
sponsorship.
hey, let's not pull a Matt Pat and put Diet Coke and everything, okay?
I say as I flip the label outwards so people can read it.
Oh my God, what is it? You just reminded me. Like last week, my sister started bottle flipping again.
Oh, that thing? Hold on. Do I have a bottle that I can flip? I have a full bottle.
No,
You
no,
ready?
I hated bottle flipping so much.
He says that past tense, so that means he likes it now.
No, I hated it because it's dead.
All right.
Bottle flipping is effectively dead. That's
You
why
want to hear
I
me bottle
hated
flip this full bottle of water? Oh, I missed. Hold on.
it.
I do it every once in a while just because I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, no, I do it every now and then just because I'm bored and I'm just doing this stupid thing. The reason I hate it is because every day for like 3 months I would walk into my math class, and I half the class who was the half 100% of the class was filled with morons, me included, but
Yeah,
half the
I was about
class
to say.
they were mesmerized about this bottle flipping, and it bothered me so much because it was the extra stupid people who were doing it. It was like, oh, this is so great, and it's like you're children.
Adrian
And
can
it was,
attest.
so when my sister just started doing it out of nowhere, I heard the bottle hitting the table, so I knew exactly what she was doing. So I just walked up to her. She flipped it, and I smacked the bottle across the house.
And it would have been really funny if you landed it.
See, that's not really. See, whatever people say, like I flipped it across, I like threw it across the house. Like that's not really that like that. I don't really believe them. But then I think about where you live. I'm like, yeah, your house is literally like
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
my house works. I can't do that.
your house is literally like I can throw a Nerf dart from one side of the house to the other.
you
Yes.
can rock.
So yeah, it works.
You can walk from the front door to like the back room in like 10 seconds
Yeah.
if you're going slow,
I can roll a
Yes.
quarter from the front door all the way to the back room.
and have a good chance of it making it.
A good
Oh
chance. You
yeah.
mean it will
But
make it?
yeah, no. Bottle
Actually, no, it
flipping, I
won't, because
hated it.
your hardwood
I
floor is
hated
like uneven.
That's because of the damn wood stove.
Get rid of
That
that.
that thing's so heavy, it's destroying the floor.
Get
It's
rid.
like the thing's like 400 pounds. It's pure cast iron.
Well, then go and just get a stove from like Walmart for $20. Actually, they don't
We
sell
have one of
stoves for
those in the
20 bucks.
back room. It crapped out. That's why we have the 400-pound cast iron wood stove that's now destroying our floors.
Wait, is it like one that you like recently got, or like?
It's one that was in our yard, and we've had it, and it's been installed since like the first winter we were here.
uh,
Because the wood stove that was installed just crapped out. It stopped producing heat.
Why don't you get an
So
electrical stove?
because that costs $400.
Broke asses.
That no, that's the point of having the wood stove. My parents, but when we didn't have that wood stove, we didn't install it for like a month or so. So my parents got the electric bill, and it was like an extra $400 for electric heat. My parents installed the stove, and every month during winter, they're saving $400 $500 because of that damn stove and how much heat it puts out.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself because I just called you and your family broke asses.
Okay, I just saw something funny too. So I'm looking at the phone of our call, and it has the four faces like some bands do. I just think it's really funny how it has the three of us, and then it has Max. Really funny. That was like an album cover.
Yes, Joseph, Adrian, Daemeon.
Hey, maybe we
Max.
can make that the thumbnail or something.
Just the default Facebook profile picture. Just like stretched out from like its normal size to widescreen.
I don't know. I'm more bullshitting on that one. I'm not really. That was just crap. So what's been going on in your guys' lives? Anything interesting happen?
Well, for
Uh,
Damien, you can say literally anything because you weren't on last time. So what have you been doing this year?
Yeah, what have you been
um,
doing the last year, Damien? It's been basically a year since the last time I talked to you.
all right, I'll
Oh
see y'all
yeah.
later. You know,
He's gonna pull you and say he'll bring you back and let's
I've
talk to you in like June.
literally, not gonna lie, I've literally not done shit. Like, the most I've done is I've moved stuff around my room a little bit. So like my desk is facing my back wall now. Before it was facing the other way, now it's facing this way.
Oh, that's really neat.
I know, right? Because I like haven't done any. Let's see, what was stuff I did? I've been mountain biking a bit more, going on trails. I've
You came over to my house for 2 days. Well, a
went
day.
o- went over to Adrian's house for a day after staying up all night the night before and not
And
going
he
to
fell
sleep.
asleep on my bed.
And I fell asleep on Adrian's bed while everyone was like doing other
Having
stuff.
well, we were watching like YouTube. Well, because Corey He had like a playlist of like all our favorite childhood theme songs. So then he would put it on TV and then Daemeon just passed out on my bed.
Well, see,
And
cause
Zach was off doing D&D, so it was just me and Corey watching like childhood intros.
well, see,
Nice.
that's what I was like. I was like, yo, when Zach is back, wake me up, and then we'll do stuff. And I'm like, cause like I literally like this was like I want to say like 9:30 a.m. and I literally had not gone to sleep that night before because I was at Uno night. Adrian knows what Uno night is.
Yeah, you
He
play
will
Uno.
also, yeah, we literally play Uno until like 3 a.m.
Sometimes they have like sometimes they add in like Mario Kart or Smash or
Yeah,
something.
sometimes we play like Smash, Mario Kart,
Which games?
sometimes, let's see what else I done. Yeah, that's basically it.
So what have you been up to, Adrian, then?
Um, so like this part of the year is like sometimes like a super fun part of the year or like the I kind of dread it, but like I have four siblings, as you know, and all four of their birthdays are within a month. So it's
Oh, the
just
month
like,
of April? You got another birthday and you
yeah,
sibling from
you.
different parents.
Well, yeah, you,
Yeah.
but I'm at, oh, well, you're at the end of April, but from like, when even my mom is thrown in February, and then my stepsister's also in February, and then two of my sisters are on March 26th, and then my brother's is April 2nd, so over that month, it's just like after weekend after weekend after weekend, you're just like birthday party stuff. And depending on what it
Nice.
is, it's either super fun or I kind of dread it.
See, last year's birthday was I brought y'all over to my house, except for Joseph, because Joseph lives in the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
But
I want to tell I want to tell the funny story about the first time we did that. But
uh,
back to what I was saying. Well, we can both tell that.
well, I
But
was
this
just
year,
gonna be talking about like what I had planned this year, which is nothing. But all right, you can continue.
okay, well I have stuff. Okay, so the first one we went to Dave and Buster's. Second one went for stepsisters Dave and Buster's. And then my youngest sister, because she's two, we went to the zoo.
Nice.
Uh, yes,
Oh, was a good choice.
it's good. It's great for Pokemon Go. And where I live, Pokemon Go sucks, so it was like nice to get to play it.
Oh, Adrian, you have nothing to say about that. I want to play Pokemon Go. I can't because nothing
Well,
spawns out here.
yeah, yours is literally like the one place that's worse than mine, other than Damon's like neighborhood. Because within 2 miles of my place, I got three Pokestops and a gym.
I have a
Hmm.
Pokestop walking
So
distance from my house. That's basically it.
yeah, and if I want to go to a Pokestop, there's two like within 10 minutes of walking, so it's not that bad. But
And,
I can't really like
all right,
play a whole lot. And
Pokemon Go
then
story. Okay, never mind.
I'm not. And then okay, so next, my other sister, we went to main event, and then for my brother, we went to main event too, again. So yeah, that was fun. That's basically what the last week of my life was. I went to main event twice.
All right, Pokemon Go story time. So,
Well, no. Hey, what about me?
Okay, what have you done?
I
all right,
heard
what
what
have
you
you
guys have been
done?
up to. Go
What
What
on.
have
have
you been
you?
up? What have you been up to?
What could you
Oh, you
even do?
jerks. What?
What can you
All right,
even do up there?
today, today
Hey,
I saw a
I write
tumbleweed.
content. I write content that we'll be filming. All right, that's what I do up here.
Okay, so what'd you do
But
without
no,
spoiling anything?
no, I'm not. I'm not. That's for a later day because what's being written right now is not going to be coming out anytime soon. Okay, that doesn't get spoiled or hinted at or anything. That gets nothing.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
what I've been sending to you guys recently.
Oh, that. Okay, I haven't been reading
Yeah,
your messages. All right.
that. All
I
right.
didn't even.
Well, okay. So my brother, uh, he's got his heart set on going to the Marines after he graduates, which is like in a month from a month from now.
Your brother's a junior or a senior?
He's a
Whoa.
senior. He's a senior now.
I forgot seniors are the ones who graduate.
But okay, so yeah, no, he finally scored enough on his ASVAB. So he once he graduates, he's going to the Marines. He's going to like boot camp or basic or whatever. But My mom, I heard my mom talking about it because she had some friends over today talking about that, and she's like, well, once we graduate, we're going to Comic Con, and then you can, and then she basically went, we're going to Comic Con first, and then you can take him.
And then y'all can take him. We don't want him anymore.
Yeah. Well, what that means is basically, my brother, he's gone. What he's gone after that. And for me, what that means is ever since I left NAU and I came home, I don't have a bedroom. I don't have a room.
Oh yeah, because
'Cause
didn't your sister yoink it right as soon as you left?
yeah, my sister moved into my old room, which I knew was going to happen. I planned for that to happen. That was completely expected. And I couldn't come back and say, "Hey, Hallie, get out." I couldn't do that.
Yeet. Freaking
I I,
Joseph
I
came
could
back
That's what I
I
saying
did.
April
couldn't do that.
Fool.
I did that.
I had to come home knowing that would be the case. That like my sister
Dang.
wasn't going to move out because she had already moved in.
Y'all move into houses where y'all have to like y'all don't have enough bedrooms and such, bro. If I moved out, my room's turning when I move out, my room's turning into a storage room.
Oh well, I
Well, that's
had
what's
to.
happening to my sister's old room. That's what's happening to my sister's old room.
Oh wait,
I
I think I know it. Your sister took the upgrade, and then
Yeah,
your
my sister got upgraded.
uh,
I got majorly downgraded because
you
right now,
I
prestige that
have the
double room.
worst room in the house, which means no one can
yes,
yoink it.
yes, that's exactly what happened. I prestiged. I fucking prestiged. I was
Yeah,
at I had the best room in the house, and now I'm back at the damn bottom. That's exactly what happened.
yeah.
I had my own room. I leveled up to college dorm room, and then I prestiged, and now I'm back at the bottom.
You
You
leveled up and you
you
got like
leveled up to college dorm room. Is that really a level up? You
and
can
Yeah,
you
even
could
because
have
build
Adrian
it.
you can
was my
even
roommate.
you can even
I had
have
the
a
best roommate.
toaster.
Adrian was my roommate.
All right, the
Yes,
toaster was
I
the
leveled.
level up. The room itself was.
The internet was a
Whatever.
definite. Yeah, no,
That's
his room
exact.
had internet. That's
All right, that okay. That's an upgrade enough.
Yeah, I had internet.
He could be at a cardboard box on the side of the road, but if he had internet, he'd be like, "Yeah, bro, let's get it."
I can manage.
But yeah, basically what's happened is since I moved back home, like at the start of November to today, what has been consisted of my room, and I'm using quotations around that, has been the back room. Where we would hang out and play video games. I have a
Oh,
cot and I have a pillow and a blanket or whatever else.
you have a TV though.
Yeah, I have a TV too.
I have
So
a TV as well. Someone gave it to me for free.
I have a TV too. I just have one.
yeah, but that has been basically where I've been sleeping and more or less living. But it's just like it's starting to become a pain in the ass because I sleep on the cot and it's starting to suck. And winter here does not want to
Starting
go
to
away.
suck. It's never
What?
sucked to begin. It never sucked to begin with to sleep on a cot.
I mean, I sleep on it for a week every year.
I sleep on a futon right now, like one of those like couches that folds flat into a
I
bed.
mean, honestly, I was just glad I didn't have to sleep in the damn recliner. Okay, that's what I was happy about when I got the cot. I was
Yeah,
glad I didn't have to sleep in the recliner.
you were quick to claim the recliner when I was up there.
Well, yeah, that's because that was the second best option. Because I figured just like, what? Okay, you guys are the guests, so you guys can have the bed, my fucking
me
queen
and
size
Ryan,
bed.
me and Ryan sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, but that's how it worked. That's how I thought of it. It's just like, well, if I can't get my own sleep in my own bed, I'm gonna sleep in the damn recliner.
I sleep in the recliner now.
Okay, but basically, to get back on track, what's happening is, my brother's gonna graduate. We're gonna go to Comic Con, and then my brother's gonna go. My brother's gone. So what that means
Yeet.
is I'm moving into his old room. So I'll have a room to I'll have an actual room again. The only fucking problem is his room fucking smells like shit. It smells fucking terrible.
Tell him
So
to
I have to
stop
clear.
shitting in it.
Get that for a breeze.
No,
Yourself to
I
breathe.
know. I mean, it just like it just smells like body odor,
Does
and
he
it's
not have a
like
window?
no, he does.
Does he
I just
not
don't
know
think he
something
knows.
called air freshener?
No, he just doesn't know. Okay, here, let me tell you this. Let me go through a list real quick. He doesn't know the window opens. He doesn't know what deodorant is. He doesn't know what soap is. Okay,
He's
so
gonna have a great time in the army.
He's gonna get his ass
no,
beaten,
no,
man.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great because the Marines is gonna kick his shit in. So that's
Ghost
gonna
is
be
just
great. I wish I could see what the Marines do to him because it would just be it's just gonna be fantastic. I wish I could be there and record it because it's
He's
just gonna
gonna
be
come
great.
back, and you're gonna be like, he's gonna be like a new man. Hopefully.
Or he's either gonna be a new man or he's gonna be less than a man. Let's be honest here.
he's gonna come back crying. Like,
No, but that's exactly what like boot camp and basic is for. It's to beat the bitch out of you.
hey,
That's exactly what it's for. And if you quit, you're a bitch for the rest of your life.
when my older brother went to the army, right? He's in the army right now. But when he went in, like a week later, he called my mom, right? You know, like they let him call like their parents, and like my mom's like, "Hello." He's like, he's like, I hope he's not watching this because if he is, he go whoop my ass. He probably wasn't like, but he was more like, bro, like I miss home and all that. And I'm like, yeah. All right, Adrian, what do you have planned, like in life?
Oh, okay. Well, he's talking about Comic Con. Are you going to Phoenix Comic Con?
I'm assuming so.
Okay, cool. Me, Corey, and Zach are going there.
Oh, okay, all right, leave me out. All right,
Well, get it. Well, I don't know. I ain't know you were going because Zach already bought his. Well, Zach, I think Zach bought his ticket. Corey bought me and him a ticket because he buys me a ticket every year, and I never ask him to. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go.
I've gone to Comic Con.
All right,
I'm
that's
way far
cool.
away from my microphone. I've gone to Comic Con
If you
once.
guys are going there, and if the days match up, that'd be cool.
Well, usually well, I know Corey usually goes for all 3 days.
Oh, okay.
And then last time I went for all 3 days. That's when Daemeon went for one day.
Yeah, I went for a day.
For
Then they
some
dropped
reason,
me off.
they had an extra ticket. They had an extra 3 day ticket in there. I was only supposed to go for one day. Like, have you got an extra ticket? You want to go for all 3 days? So I did. And by
Well,
then the third day, my feet hurt.
Okay, can I say
yeah.
something that Corey did real quick? All right. So
Okay,
he
this
went
will be
in.
good.
He went to go, watch Ninja Sex Party live, right?
Okay, yeah.
What?
And
What? What?
it's a band. It's a band. It's a
It's a
band.
band. Yeah,
It's a
it's a band that
band.
I like. It's a band that I like listening to. So it's not like too bad. It's just a funny name.
Yeah, it's just the name of their band is kind of. Anyways, um, so at this point, his mom already bought, two tickets because
Because I was
it was
supposed
supposed
to
to be
go,
Adrian who's going, but
but I was
Adrian
at
was
the
at NAU,
for the STAR program.
so Adrian wasn't there. Zach wasn't there. So he brought me. The problem is he didn't tell me at all he was bringing me, and I had no idea. And so I woke up at 3 p.m. to Corey outside my house saying, "Come out, I'm bringing you to Ninja Sex Party." My phone was dead. I literally had nothing ready. I literally got up, got dressed, walked out of the house. I was pretty pissed that day. Not gonna lie. It was
That's
literally,
great.
it
Yes,
was literally,
Skype was funny.
it was, I was literally in Skype. Like, Corey literally just brought me to, can I go back to there? That's a year ago. Probably not.
Yeah, that's a
No,
year. That's over a year ago. That's
up until
52 weeks.
up until recently, I was able to like go back to like Skype messages for like 2014 even, and then Skype updated. And now I can't. So
Pretty
I
much.
can't even open Skype. Honestly, it's just like my Skype is messed up. Like I downloaded it to this new phone because my last one was crap.
You got a new
This one
phone?
ain't
You got
much.
your old one?
No, I got rid of it.
Bruh.
But this ain't much better. But Skype so far is like the only app that doesn't work for some reason. Like every time I open up Skype, I have to re-sign in, and every time I close out of Skype, like if I just like hit the home button even, I have to re-sign in, and I can't even see the messages. Like I can't open our group chat in Skype to look at the messages.
Forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, back on what was Corey with Corey. Yeah, it was literally. I'm still upset about that. If you can't tell. Because there was literally no warning. I literally said to him, if you literally messaged me the day before, I would have been like, okay. I would have charged my phone that night and all that. But no, he literally, like, I was literally sleeping. Then my mom knocked on my door, and I'm like, what? Mom was like, your friend's outside. I'm like, why is he outside? And so
You're
I
like,
got
what
dressed.
friend? They're at NAU.
What friend? I don't know any friends. But yeah, I literally walked downstairs, walked outside. And at
It's
this point, I
Corey
didn't
with
even.
the boombox.
No, it's Corey just sitting there like, you ready? I'm like, for what?
You ready to get fucked?
He was
Ooh,
like, we're gonna
yeah.
go see Ninja Sex Party. And then, like, I remembered the message he sent me, like, a month beforehand. Not a month beforehand, it was probably like 2 weeks beforehand. Yeah, it was 2 weeks beforehand. Like, we're gonna go see them. I'm like, maybe. I never said yes. That's basically it. He showed up to my house, no warning, nothing. And yeah. Alright, so Adrian, you've never finished of what you had planned. Did you finish what you had planned? I don't remember.
What do you mean for planned?
Like future life things, life.
No, okay, well, okay. So I have a thing about when I went to main event the last time. Okay, so my phone I never cracked my
I
phone at
know.
all. I never had damage on my phone before. Okay, and I've still never dropped my phone. Well, I have, but it's not cracked from dropping it.
Yeah.
And then when I went to main event, they have like the ropes course and they attach you in a harness, and I went on it. When I got off, I looked at my phone. There was a big crack on my phone, so I guess my phone was just in a really bad spot when the harness was on, and the harness cracked my phone.
Should sue
Nice.
main event for that.
No,
See, I can't say I'm in the same boat as Adrian of I've never broken a phone.
no, you cannot.
I can absolutely for sure not say that. Hold on. Okay,
Yeah,
this
no.
phone.
My last phone was the first phone I ever like put at least a real noticeable crack in it. Cause like I've had phones and whatever else where I've dropped, but I've dropped them like face down, and there was never any damage.
Yeah.
My last phone I dropped on its side, and it got dented in, and there was this giant crack in it. It had split up both ways. It was just like, how the hell do I? How the hell did this happen? Why did this happen? I've
See,
dropped this phone at least 5 other times, and it's never done this. Why is it like I just drop it at a different angle by accident, and that's what causes it? There was
Well,
literally no other difference
I
between
have a
the drop
phone.
that cracked it to the other drops, other
Yeah,
than it was on the side.
I have a phone. It's in front of me right now, but it literally has like a crack that looks like a bullet hole because I dropped it on a rock in my backyard on accident.
Nice.
I was literally recording a video with it too, so you just saw the phone just fly out of my hand. You just me go shit.
okay. So my glasses. When I was at NAU, when I was doing we were doing the rock climbing night, and I dropped them once and they didn't break. So it's like, oh, these are pretty durable.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah, I
mean,
remember that.
Oh, that just
yeah.
reminded me of a story, but
No,
you
That
no.
continue,
was
There's
Adrian.
there's
that was
there's a
that was
there's a
Star,
part two.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Them glasses are still good, but I have part two to that now. So when I
Oh,
was at
okay.
main event, I was doing the ropes course the first time I went. Corey took me. Um, and I was doing one of the ropes course things. I had my glasses on, doing pretty good. And I was going across like one of the difficult paths. And then I was halfway across, and then my glasses fell off. And they ain't break, but then everything was really blurry. So I'm like, oh man. And I was halfway across, so I couldn't like go back, and then I couldn't go. So I managed to cross, but my glasses
Well,
still didn't break. But then I
but
dropped them 5 feet onto the ground one time, and I got a crack on the frame.
nice.
So it's like I dropped them from like 50 plus feet multiple times, and like they're just fine, but 5 feet.
All right, so Adrian reminded me of a story somehow by him saying it's durable. So I was in class one day, right? And
Oh, that should be good.
I was just messing around, right? And I had this phone, my ZTE Grand X3 from Cricket Wireless with 16 gigs of storage. Anyways, um, it basically I had it in a case, right? And I dropped it like a couple times earlier that day, and I'm like, bro, it hasn't broken yet. So I literally like turned to my friends who were in that class, and I said, it's durable, and I slammed it like on the edge of the desk, and it bent in half and cracked the screen super bad.
Oh my god, Daemeon, you idiot!
You should have seen their faces too, because it literally just went and just like shot a bunch of glass at me.
Oh my
Dude,
god. Okay, we need to find someone who does animations because I want to see that animated. I
We
want to
have
see that
Corey.
story animated.
I was literally just like, this is durable. It
We,
just snaps.
we
And
have an artist, but I don't know about an animator.
animation's hard. I tried it like once, like 4 years ago.
I think Corey knows a little bit of animation.
My
Or
my
he's a
sister does too, but she kind of doesn't want to get into animation right now.
yeah. I think that's Corey's like goal because he goes to like an art school
Uh,
right now.
well, we can
So
ask him about that because I would love for like every now and then have like something from this podcast like animated. Actually, do
be
this.
like a highlight as like a separate video.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
The graveyard highlight, weekly highlight.
The graveyard highlight. All right, here's this man.
Yeah, each highlight is a new
A new
is a new.
grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that day. It was funny. It was upsetting because I just broke my phone, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so I have another story. You guys were there, so it's not really new to you. But I remember during freshman year in high school, we had our laptops, and like I went through the
oh
entire
yeah.
year without paying laptop insurance, and I was like, and I
Oh,
didn't
that's
break it
right.
or anything, and I was like, oh, and it was I don't know why I said that, but we were last 3 days of school were doing just fine, and then Corey spills water all over my laptop, and I was like, dude,
Yeah,
so
I
close.
remember. I remember. Like, I think that was like really like the first time I ever saw you angry, Adrian. 'Cause it's just, I remember you being just like pissed at Corey that he spilled water on your laptop the last 3 days of school.
Luckily, it didn't break, but also luckily Daemeon was there, and he immediately grabbed my laptop, took the battery out, so I
Yeah, I
think that
grabbed his
saved it.
laptop, like put it on its like I put it like so it like in like a tent mode, so like the water could flow out of the keyboard, and I popped the battery out and basically said leave it, and then take and I told him like take it to tech in case of like it like broke. Speaking of tech, can I just say so? Junior year, my laptop had like this issue where like right, it wouldn't like boot. It would say like there's no hard drive or something in it, and so I brought it to tech because like I need my laptop and all that. But like the tech guy just took a look at it, put it like how like Joseph, you remember the laptops that we had, like he had the battery at the back and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
stood it up like on the battery and then just went and slammed it on the table and opened it up and it worked just fine. And so I was like, I have new knowledge. I'm a prank my friends. I'm a prank my friends. So I did it the other way. So it popped the hard drive back out and like I was in class. I'm like, oh, it's not working. Flipped it over and and I was like, dude, it's working now.
Oh, I got another. Okay, I have a story related to that too. Okay, so me and
Yeah,
Damien were in the same.
I kind of have a story related to that too with tech.
Okay, yeah, me and Damien were in the same English class, um, junior year. So, and then for some reason, my laptop had this problem would randomly just turn off. And then if like
I
it
had
had
that
like a small,
problem.
if it had a small bump on it towards like the front of it, it would just turn off randomly. And Damien would be so annoying in class sometimes. I'll be trying to boot it up, and then he just grab my laptop and slam it so it would shut off. I was like, dude.
Like he'd literally just be sitting there, and I like go like tap the back of the screen, and his laptop would turn off.
Yeah, because I was waiting for it to boot up, and I finally got booted up, entering my password, and he just turns it off. I was like, come on.
But like, speaking of that English class, and going back on like the bottle flipping thing, Adrian, remember when that guy managed to bottle flip it and land on the lid, like on the cap?
I honestly can't say I remember that.
Okay,
Who
that's like
was it?
one. Don't know.
Okay.
It was someone who, yeah, I don't know.
All right, my story with tech. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was freshman year. And
Either freshman or beginning of sophomore.
yeah, it was between it was between that because there's no way it was junior and senior year.
Because you weren't there.
Yeah,
He
I
was
wasn't
straight up
there.
not there.
But I like it was the weekend. It was like Sunday, and I'm on the laptop because you know how like those laptops that had like the when it was in school hours you couldn't do shit on them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's Sunday. I'm on the laptop. I'm watching YouTube. I'm pretty sure I was like watching YouTube. I was watching something, and then all of a
Watching
sudden,
porn.
no, fuck no, not on the school laptop.
Not on the school laptops, but on my own, you bet.
No, no, not on the school laptops. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just got the fucking blue screen of death on my laptop.
That happened to me during my final in math.
Yeah,
Good
and just
timing.
like out of nowhere, I got the blue screen of death, and then the laptop, it just like overheated, like within the like 5 seconds. I got really hot. So I closed it, I turned it off, whatever. I put a fan next to it. I open it up, I turn it on. I'm able to like type in my password. I got to my home screen, and then the same shit happens. Blue screen of death, and it overheats. So I'm freaking out. I was just like, what the hell did I do? I didn't do anything to this laptop. So the next day, um, I take I brought my laptop to school, and it's just like at the end of second period, which I'm pretty sure was my English class. I went to tech, and I got there, and the whole time I'm thinking is, I hope when they open up this laptop, it gives them the blue screen of death and overheats because you guys remember how like if you had any of those um like
Like Steam and all that.
no
Or like,
okay the school's internet, it blocked like YouTube, Facebook, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you could download something off of Google Chrome that
oh,
allowed you onto
a
YouTube.
VPN.
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
did that.
I never did that either. I never
This,
figured it out.
no, I had one of those downloaded to my Google
Mm,
Chrome.
Yikes.
And I
Mistake number
also
one.
for some reason had incognito on there. I don't know why.
Yike number 2.
Yeah, but it was just I knew it was just like they're gonna see that shit and they're gonna write me up or whatever. And it's just like, so that's why I was hoping. Please be blue screen of death immediately. Blue screen of death immediately. And of course, there's no
Nope.
blue screen of death. The laptop boots up normal. They open up my Google. They see that, and it's like, well, you're not supposed to have that. And the dude goes, what the hell is incognito? He had no idea what incognito tab was. And he's like, well, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have that. So, but it was just fucking funny because it's just like, he got me a new laptop, whatever else. And, he wrote me up for what is it, OCS or some shit.
VPN.
Yeah, he
Oh,
wrote me up for that. And then
ISS.
I got detention for a day. Not that day, like the next day or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that day you weren't there at lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this story is gonna lead into that too. But the rest of the dude told me like cause like if you missed like the first like 5 minutes of class, you had to go.
To sweep.
Yeah,
I
to
never
sweep.
I
That's what
never
it is.
got swept
Neither
up.
did I.
I was
Neither did
always
I.
on time.
But I had gone over that allotted time, and so the guy told me go to sweep. I didn't. I took my I had a hall pass for my second hour because I had to leave early to get the new laptop. So I just took my pass because he didn't take it. I went to my third hour. I gave it to my teacher, and they just crumbled it up and threw it away. They didn't even look at it. It wasn't even for for me to go to that class.
I
And
remember
I got
someone like scanned like the hall pass thing and printed it off on the same colored paper and started like selling them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so
That's
like
genius.
you could, and then like the school caught on, so they would like always like change up the colors.
But some people just have a bunch of them made.
Yeah, just a bunch of different colors and stuff made, and like,
You can buy all colors of the rainbow for half off.
Nice.
yeah.
But okay, going continuing with the story, I got detention for that, for having the stupid ass VPN bullshit that allowed me onto YouTube and whatever I wanted during school hours. Because all they did was check the toolbar. They didn't actually check anything else. They just looked at my toolbar.
Well,
And
that's a
because I
quick way
had
to
it
see what
showed,
they have on it.
yeah, but he didn't do anything further. He just, oh, toolbar, that's it. He didn't actually scan anything. He just took a quick glance, and that was it. I was like, what the hell, dude? If I had hidden it, I wouldn't have gotten written up and gotten
Now
detention.
they probably would look more because they're like, oh, here's our evidence we need.
Yeah, probably. But still, I got detention for that day, and I went there because you're supposed to spend the whole day there. So I went there, and the guy who was in charge, I had no idea what to do because it was my first time having detention, and the dude just told me sit down, and then do your work, and that's what I did. I did my work all day, the entire day. That's all I did. I worked on schoolwork, homework, whatever else, and that was a Friday. So the weekend comes, and then it's Monday, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm fine. I go through my first hour, and then second hour comes in, and I'm told I need to go to sweep in the middle of my second hour. I'm just like, why? And it's just like, apparently you had detention last week and you didn't show up. I'm just like, that's fucking bullshit.
Ooh, you didn't sign in, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I didn't. And so I went there, and the dude told me, you sign in here and sit down and do your work. I'm just like, I was here Friday. The dude who was here last week on Friday told me to sit down and do my work. He didn't tell me I had to sign in. No one told me to sign in. And thank Christ, I think it was the guy who was in charge of sweep that day, because it wasn't the same dude as Friday. I think because he let me go. He let me go back to my class. I think the only reason he let me go was because he had never seen me before.
Like, who is this?
Yeah, so I think he believed me. And I think he trusted
Hmm.
me because he'd
I
never
only
seen me
had,
before.
Imagine if
oh,
I wasn't sweet. They'd be like, "You don't belong here.
get
Yeah,
out. You're playing with us. Go playing games.
Just go back to class."
All
but
right,
yeah,
so, so
I thought it was such horseshit. I went to fucking sweep, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? I paid my time. I'm never coming back here. It's just like, what the
just
hell is
let
happening
me
here?
go.
And let me tell you the scariest part about having that detention that Friday. Because I didn't sign in, the school marked me as absent for all my classes. So, and my mom got called. The school called my mom. So my
Nice.
mom texted me, "Where the fuck are you?
I would
Where
have sent.
get your ass?" She's literally like, "Where the fuck are you? Get your ass back to school." And then the third and final text my mom said, "Oh, never mind. I remember you have detention."
What's funny is,
I I was scared shitless at the end of the day because I turned my phone back on at the end of the day. I'm looking at those text messages because they popped up one at a time. I was scared shitless with the first two, and then the third one popped up. And I was like, "Why? Why did I panic over nothing?"
bro, Justin was probably shitting bricks. He's like, I'm about to go home and get my ass beat, and then like the one popped up with.
But I thought too. That was my exact feelings. Like, I'm gonna go home, and my mom's gonna give me my ass on the silver platter.
So somewhat related to that, like you know how like when you had like the VPN thing and like you got in trouble for that, I had VirtualBox. And in case you don't know what that is,
Yeah.
I can run Windows inside of Windows and like do stuff on it, and like none of the blocking stuff was on there, so like I could literally do stuff like everything like that they block, I could do inside of Windows on there. And so one day during lunch, like we usually played games. This was the end of junior year, literally the last like week of junior year. We were playing games during lunch, and I opened my laptop, and there's a giant crack down the middle of the screen that like I
And
literally
then
had no
and then we
idea
all
how.
look at Corey.
We all glanced at Corey like, Corey, what'd you do? Like I literally had no idea how it got there, and I'm like, dude, bro, my screen broke. And that's all I was thinking about. And then when I went to tech, like they looked at my desktop and he's like, what is VirtualBox? I'm like, ooh. And then like, and then the other tech guy was like, is that a VPN? I'm like, no. He's like, okay. And then left it at that. I'm like, if he had asked further, bro, I would have been done.
Yeah, no, that proves my point. They don't check any deeper if they don't have to. They don't give a shit.
Was it?
Y'all just hear that beat real quick? I didn't name drop anybody.
No, I can just cut it out.
Yeah, it was, yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah, his dad. And I was like, oh, bro. And I might have been
Maybe he just recognized. He's like, okay, I'll let him off.
he's like, this is
He's in band.
Because like if he had like looked in, if he like started, well, he couldn't start it up. The screen was white because there was a giant crack down the middle of it. You could just see the icon on the side.
Like me, I can't have to crack a little more over.
But if he had like saw it and opened it up, and he was like, why do you have like Windows XP and Windows 7 on this? I'm like, ooh. I think it was pretty suspicious of how my hard drive literally had like 100 more gigs than everybody else. Speaking of things that I caused, I might have been the one who caused the school to like put like a block on like installing applications because of that. And another
What?
thing, like, cause
What?
like they,
They put a block on me?
yeah, senior year, my senior year, when we got new laptops, I was gonna install
We're in
Mute.
senior year the same year.
Yeah.
Okay, MuseScore,
Yeah, I had that
a
too.
program that like I used to like
Oh
write
yeah.
music stuff. I
Yeah,
went
me
to
too.
install it, and it like something popped up on the screen that said insert the admin password to continue the installation. I'm like, bro, they really did it. And
Yeah.
then like a couple months later, it just stopped showing up, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
'cause we had same English class, and I looked at our Daemeon, like I can't download MuseScore.
Yeah, and then I found one that like didn't need to be installed, and I
Yeah,
used that.
we had like the mobile version or something.
Yeah, it's
The
like a
pot.
mobile version.
Yeah,
And
so
then
we used
like
to use that.
another thing I figured out is, you know how they block YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't realize that with Windows 10 with Microsoft Edge isn't compatible with what they use to block sites. So YouTube was
Yep.
unblocked the entire year, and I literally did no work. Adrian can
Yeah,
attest. Adrian
I
can
can
attest to that.
attest.
Adrian did my work for me to get me to graduate.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it was, yeah.
Okay, let me just say this. My credit recovery teacher is a moron. If you're watching this, you're a moron. Cause like our um who's a counselor emailed him in February 2018 to add my history class so I can do it. Because at this point, oopsies, high school, never mind. Uh, I keep name dropping things. Hold on. High school, um, they for some reason never gave me a history class I needed to do. So I was missing an entire year of history, and they never told me until senior year. And I'm like, and so basically I was gonna do it in credit recovery. And so the counselor basically told me like, yo, I'm gonna email the teacher, tell him to add it right now so you can get started on it. I'm like, lit. All right, I'm gonna do that. February comes to an end. March, he still hasn't added it. April never added it. May, the last Friday before graduation, he added it. And so literally we were doing like, the credit check where they're like, all right, do you have all your credits and all that? And then you have to sign they have the teacher sign the paper. Well, I went and she was like, when was this class added? I'm like, Friday. And she's like, excuse me, Friday? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I told them to add that back in February. Remember, I called you down to my office. I'm like, mm-hmm. She's like, all right, you're done with your English class. Just work on get half of the history class done, and then you're good. And I'm like, dang. And so I'm like, yo, Adrian, want to do half my history? Want to do half the history stuff? And Adrian's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, I was compensated.
Yeah,
Plus, I took the class before I saw I took the AP class, so I knew most of the stuff. So
yeah. He had like notes written down.
yeah, then anything I didn't know, there was a website that had all the answers.
Quizlet is a godsend.
Yes, Quizlet is the best
I
thing
literally
ever.
cheated on my final, but that's unrelated. like how this
I mean, go
slowly
ahead, talk
became.
about that shit. I mean, what's the school gonna do now? They're gonna come back and take your diploma?
No,
They don't. I don't think they really care about Daemon's diploma.
I have a base. Mine literally just says diploma.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no. Okay, you guys just reminded me of something that happened when I first moved up here for my math class. You know, math up here, and you have your standard shit and whatever else, but there was also this like other class, this other math class. It was called Math for Life. And I asked my math teacher, well, what's that? What's Math for Life? I've never heard of that. And basically, what my teacher and the entire class told me was that's the math class for if you're really stupid.
So you had to do the math class for stupid people.
No, 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 no. I wasn't in that class. I was in like algebra or some shit. I was in standard math. And my every all the entire time I went through the school system up here, that's all Math for Life was that's how I understood it was if you're an idiot, this is the math class you take. My senior year, I'm in my I'm in a dual enrolled class for math. I'm taking a college course math class, and that's when I hear someone say I should be in Math for Life instead because I that in that class you learn how to do taxes and balance a fucking checkbook. And in my
That's
head, I'm pissed off because I'm thinking that shit is useful for real life. I don't know how to do taxes. I don't know how to balance a checkbook. What the fuck is calculus going to do for me that in real life I am never going to use calculus and use pre-calculus ever after this stupid ass class?
well. There's parts of
Realized
calculus.
I was in the stupid class because no one, no one else was taking the actual this is the math you use the rest of your life class. That's what it was. But it was advertised by everyone as this is the stupid people class.
There's some
I,
stuff in like okay. There's some stuff. There's like very little calculus you use, but you use some of it.
Google. That's what I use.
Well, yeah, well, because now we have calculators in our pockets at all times.
Bro, throw back to like sixth grade when teachers
I
like,
don't
you ain't
know.
gonna have a calculator in your pocket all the time. I'm like, bet gang shit.
For me, for what I want to do, for what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel or whatever else, all the content I'm trying to create, I'm not going to be using math, the math that I've learned in my life. I what I needed to know was how to do taxes and how to balance a checkbook and how to do all that crap. That's what I needed for what I want to do with my life.
Speaking
Not
of
calculus,
YouTubers,
not
imagine
algebra, not definitely not fucking geometry because that crap is worthless to me.
square,
Oh,
Well,
shut up.
no,
circle.
actually, I would say up to Algebra 2 is actually really good to learn because you use it without even thinking about it. It's
Why
just
didn't
that
you say X plus B?
well, because you just don't you use it like you don't even think about that you're using it. But like pre-calculus, like very it's such a small amount of that you use that like
Uh huh.
could be like a 2 week class.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I hate the whole like math is. I get math is definitely something that's important because without math we wouldn't have the shit that we have today. I'm completely aware of that. But if for everyday life, if you don't want to be doing math for the rest of your life, math is not as important to you. Like you need what you need to honestly learn for the rest of your life is what math for life was teaching. Taxes and checkbooks and a bunch of other shit that I can't remember right now. But it was like this is how you use this is what you do with like the money you earn once you get a job. This is what you should do. This is how you make sure you're saving enough. Things like that.
Yeah, that I agree. I think that should be the senior class level for all high schools because that's what you're going to be doing soon. And at
Yeah,
post, not high school,
High school,
our high
I
school,
think
YouTubers with money.
no, we weren't at our high school. For like the whole checkbook stuff, what you should do with your money, we literally went over that in like a 30-minute presentation in the middle of the day.
yeah.
I took a personal finance class senior year because
Yeah,
it was
I
literally
wish I took that.
one of my friends told me it's the easiest class. I'm like, hey, get it.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was
I,
really easy.
I'm the complete opposite student. Like I was really far ahead in math, so junior year I took the highest math course, but whatever the school had. So then, still I'm going into senior. No matter what I did, I had to progress backwards in math. I still had to take a class.
Yeah, was it my sister, her senior year, she's looking at basically her entire schedule being filled with free hours and electives.
That's
Like
That's
pretty
what
she's done
happened
with
with me.
math.
Continue.
What?
Can continue. I was gonna say something, but you're continuing, so continue.
Well, yeah, my sister, she's basically her senior year. It's gonna be free periods and electives for her because she's done with math. She's basically done with English. She's done with sciences. She's she's d- she's she's at a point right now where she could go to the school tomorrow morning and say, "I want to graduate right now," and do it.
Your sister is doing a lot better than I did.
I was in a
Are you
similar
kidding
spot.
me? My sister's doing way better than I did.
I
Like,
literally,
come on.
I literally, the only reason why I failed the chemistry class is because my teacher got fired and our final didn't get put in. I failed with a 59. If I got 1% higher, I would have passed.
Yeah, I had the same teacher, different hour, and I that was the only class I got a C in, and that really tanked my GPA.
I really did not
I
like
was
him.
I was out of the top 20% by one person.
Yeah, he was
Ah,
like, you know how like at graduation, like the top like 20% GPA gets to go first. He was in the top 21st percent.
Yeah, I was really one person out of it. I was like, okay, that sucks. That's annoying.
If it wasn't for
damn.
that class, he would have been like 17th.
I would, yeah, because my GPA was a 3.5, it probably would have been like a 3 point, I think I did it once. I think it would have been like almost a 3.7.
I had a 1.9 GPA. Well,
I
still
don't know
graduated.
I have no idea what GPA I had because it stopped showing what GPA I had.
He was so low, it stopped showing.
No,
So
after
you,
I moved. No, 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 no. This school, for whatever reason, after I moved, did not get my freshman GPA records or whatever for some fucking reason. They
Austin
didn't have.
probably just
They
didn't
had
send
them.
it.
They had
Oh,
like a physical copy, but they couldn't put it in the computer for some stupid reason. So my for the whole 3 years that I've been up here going to that high school, I had no idea what my GPA was. I literally had to do the physical math of what to get my GPA,
that's what
and
I did too.
I
that
remember.
was such a pain in the ass. I don't remember what it was because I just stopped caring.
I remember, like you would like be like, "Oh, what grade do I need to get on the final to do this and get this in the class?" I remember one class I did, and it's like you need to get a 150 to pass. It might have been English 11 second semester.
Yeah, I remember
See,
that.
here's what happened, right?
That
English.
class was okay. Before I say, our first semester we had the same English class, and that was literally like the best class of the entire day. It was such a good class.
hmm So I'm in the best class, right? We're having a lot of fun. I'm passing, barely, but I'm passing. They decide to remove me from the best class to the worst class. And so at this point, I'm not with Adrian, right? Adrian's like me and Adrian are like the two people who we put each other together during class.
Yeah, we were okay. Put this in perspective, Joseph. In that class, as we were working together, Daemeon was in the top 5 students probably.
Yeah, I was
Damn.
lit- I was literally like probably one of like the best students. Not one, not one.
Well, I mean, no
Like,
one was a bad student in that
well,
class.
no one
Everyone
was a
like I
yeah. Everybody was good in that class, but like that's how close it was. It's like how our marching band competition, how from difference between 14th place and ninth place was like 2 points, but so they
yeah
took me from the
on a
best class.
that's on a 100-point scale.
Mhm. And so
Okay,
basically, like they removed me from the best class, where I was passing with everybody. We were all doing our work and all that. I was keeping Adrian in check. Adrian was keeping me in check. I was put in the worst class. And I don't know if I want to name drop, but like, cause Joseph would know him probably. Well, he would know him because he went to school before that.
I know who you're talking about.
Uh, all right, Adrian, just bleep this.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah,
him.
he sat next to me, and like, so you can already tell where this is going. I went from
Yeah.
I went from passing that class to I failed at the end of the year with a 25% in that class. It was so bad. Nobody was on task. Everybody was constantly talking on their phone. That class was overfilled.
And then my class had 15 people.
Yeah, the class I was in, when I was in there, we had like 17 people. And like everybody in that class, we were like friends and all that. Like more like class friends. We were
And like,
good
yeah,
classmates.
that class was really just like the perfect class. Like the teacher would get up, he was in a good mood. He's like, I'm glad the day ends this way. Such a good class.
Yeah, and then I get put in the first hour where it's literally the worst day. In second semester, senior year, or not senior, junior year was just not fun.
I liked it.
I didn't.
And then senior year, we got put in the same English class again. Everything
And
was good.
then we got put in the same English class, and everything was good. I passed that class.
What out of all 4 years of high school what is your guys' personal favorite year?
Senior,
Senior.
Well,
senior,
okay. Is
by
that
far.
just because you graduated, or
No,
is there?
No, I like
no,
that was legitimately a good
yeah,
year.
senior year was.
I'm one of the few people who actually enjoyed all four, except sophomore year. I enjoyed 3 out of 4 years, but like
Yeah, I enjoyed
senior
freshman
year
year.
was like I'm glad that was my last year. I'm glad I got to end high school
Yeah,
that way.
high school ended on a
Uh,
good note. Unlike how high school began at this school, where they literally someone died within the first like 4 days. But
Yeah, and then we on the news at least once a year. People got fired. People did drugs.
we've been on the news like 3 times this year.
Yeah, well, we don't go there anymore.
What was the most?
It's not we
Oh,
anymore.
yeah,
It's
yeah, not we, but like
it's
that
they.
place. That place. I'm just saying we because I live close to it. Just recently, someone's like vape caught on fire, and so they threw it in the trash can in the boys' bathroom, and then that
oh yeah.
trash can caught on fire. So there was a fire in the boys' bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah, but senior year, just I had a lot of fun
We
doing
have
stuff.
I like legitimately we have so many stories that we could tell.
Yeah, like me and Adrian had like same like we
Like
had
we
the
walked
same.
into the bathroom that one time.
We walked into the bathroom because this was during like marching band practice, but we were going to the bathroom, right? Because we need to go to the bathroom, and like somebody was in the stall just like continuously just going Benjamin, Benjamin, just over and over and over again. We ran out laughing, and a teacher walked past, and I think he thought we were doing something.
It was my statistics teacher too.
Yeah, he was probably like, I don't. Adrian wouldn't do something like that. I don't know about the other guy. But at that point, I had long hair, so he's probably like, I don't know about the other girl, but did I have long hair at that point? I don't think so. Yeah, now I think of it. Yeah, but senior year was fun. I like senior year. By far favorite.
Yeah, I also
Junior
like
year, yeah, junior year started off I-8, but then second semester and all that
yeah,
wasn't really
same.
that fun.
First semester super good. Second semester is okay. Sophomore year sucked altogether really. And then
Yeah,
freshman year I had fun because
no,
it's just because of lunch.
yeah,
Yeah, no. For
sophomore
me,
year was it wasn't bad, but it was just not one of the best years.
yeah, no. For me, I think personally, I think freshman year was my favorite, and I
Because
think
you were
that's just because I was I was down there with you guys, because it's just like then I moved, and so sophomore year is the worst year for me.
hmm
It was just crap,
Yeah,
and that was a multitude of reasons of why sophomore year crap. It was just crap. Junior year, through and through was okay. It definitely had its highlights, I would say for me.
Yeah.
I think that was the year where we the first time we actually filmed something,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's on YouTube right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that in itself made that year good, even if that was the summer vacation after junior year. That still counts in my opinion. Senior year, it's kind of senior year is kind of a mixed bag of crap and really good. But I think honestly, if I'm ranking the years, like freshman year is at the top, junior year is second, sophomore, fuck off. My brain is fucked right now. I just completely forgot my order.
Uh,
Basically,
you sound so
You're
crazy
gonna
right
say you're gonna say I'm gonna try and put it together for you. Freshman,
Junior,
junior,
senior.
senior, sophomore.
okay.
You
Is
sound
that what the
so
Senior
order
is
was?
crazy.
second. Senior is second.
Okay, so
No,
freshman, senior,
in my
junior,
head,
sophomore.
I'm trying to order them, but my brain is wanting to go freshman, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. That's how my brain wants to go. That's why I got fucking stuck. It's like, fuck. I have to
You
think
sound
extra hard.
like if I isolate that track just by yourself on like its own thing with no context, you would sound so crazy. You started
Yeah.
laughing at one point. I was like, what?
If I had to
Yeah,
rank
no,
mine,
I just got stuck because I said freshman year and then I wanted to go junior year and just like no.
you skipped a grade
I
only.
just got I just made myself really stupid for a second.
Okay,
So
I literally my favorite one of my favorite moments from NIU. Okay, so me so funny. Okay, so Zach was in our dorm too, and I think we were getting ready to go to bingo or something because it was bingo for food. And
yeah,
me and Zach were sitting talking, and then you had your earphones in, and you're listening to something funny, which is why you're laughing. But to us, we didn't see your earphones, and you had like this jar, and you're shaking it and just laughing at it, and laughing. So it looked like you're laughing at the jar of coins you were shaking.
He's just in there cheating, cheating.
That's what
oh, I think I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that
remember that. I was listening. I'm pretty sure I was listening to a podcast. I just had the coins in my hand for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I just had this. I just had like this Powerade jar of coins that I have, just rolling it in my hands because I was just bored. So I was listening to the podcast doing that. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I looked insane.
and you weren't even like just like laughing like hysterically. You're just like
And if I were to rank my years, right, I would have to say senior and then freshman, and then beginning of junior, and then sophomore, and then end of junior.
my list is basically the same. It's just that junior's all 1 year.
Yeah. Yes. June second semester junior year just takes the cake as being the worst.
I remember health class freshman year. We had
I remember that class too.
we had to look up like a drug or something and write about it, and we found one called flaca, and we were just reading about it, and it's like that stuff messes you up.
I remember like me and Adrian were like the only people who like understood like that joke and reference. So I kept saying like I would say like in the group in like our group I would be like, oh, I'm gonna go do some flack, and everyone would be like, what are you talking about? And Adrian would be like, no. Like I've seen it's called the zombie drug. You do not want to do that. It'll kill you.
I mean, hell, you guys want to know about some what drugs do to you? Just talk to my dad. He's worked in the prison system for
Yeah,
like
I
10
I
know.
years
I thought you were gonna
I
say I thought Joseph was gonna say if y'all want to know what drugs do to you, just talk to me. I've done them all.
now. No,
no at
no.
NAU when Joe's
I,
dad came up, he was giving us like a big speech about drugs. I'm like, I had no plans, but now you just solidified my stance.
The only drugs
Adrian's
I've
like,
done,
you know what? You know what? You sold me. I'll go do them right now.
you know what? You sold me. Where can I go get a weed?
I remember that talk because it also involved. I kind of want this part cut out because of that.
Okay.
So just because of what it hints at, I don't want that in there.
Okay.
Alright, Adrian, we'll cut it out. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I'll just cut out.
Cut this part. Okay, I made sure that you know.
I'll cut out right before it too, so then like you don't need,
Yeah.
Yeah, just
unless I
because
forget.
I don't want that there because that's kind of a eh issue.
That's how you die.
Yeah, basically.
Anyways, continue.
But yeah, it was just funny because it's just like watching you guys like listen to this speech that I've heard
You guys, I wasn't there.
for like the last 12 years of my life was just great. Yeah, well, I mean Adrian and Zach, okay? Just watching them get the same speech that I've been listening to because my dad's around nutcases who get high on whatever they can because they're in prison. It was just cool just to watch that happen to someone else.
And then right afterwards, he gave me $60, so that was
Yeah,
cool.
but what was the speech though?
It was basically my dad talking about like
I wish that would happen to me. Alright.
should probably cut that last bit out too.
Yes.
Just joined back and with he literally got his brains fucked out and then just me saying I wish that would happen to me.
And no, I'm gonna just leave. I wish that would happen to me. Just leave that part in.
No context. People are gonna be like,
Yeah.
what's the context to it? And I'm gonna just reply with fuck brain out. Not even proper English, just fuck brain out. Alright.
So if you guys got any more got one more story or something,
Oh,
go ahead.
okay. Well, the one thing
Or
I
you
want
want
to
to say
talk
something?
about,
Let's say
the one
something.
thing I want to talk about is that Nintendo, big part of my life, love it, and since I was 4, the president of Nintendo America has been Reggie Fils-Aimé, and he's had a big impact on Nintendo. Really shaped it up what it is. He helped with the DS and the Wii, which most people who are my age grew up with that. And he today was his last like full day. He retires tomorrow, April 15th, and I just wanted to like I don't know, share his legacy if I could in some way, even though I don't remember everything off the top of my head. Because he was the type of person who grew up in Hawaii with basically nothing, and then worked his way up to business school. He worked for another video game company, I forgot which one it was. Then he got to Nintendo, then he rose up to vice president of Nintendo America, and then the president of Nintendo America. And I think that's a good story. And I think it's funny that the next president is named Doug Bowser. Okay, that sounded
That's
really
cool.
funny because
No,
you laugh like you laugh like slow.
It's
You laugh with this.
it's literally like Adrian was given like, just sort of like a speech thing and it's just Joseph, like your mic was like it, so it was literally like ah ah. That was so funny, bro.
Uh,
Alright. You got something else to say, Joseph?
no, I think I'm good for this podcast. What about you, Damien?
Yeah, not really. I said all my funny things at the beginning.
You only gotta say
Yeah,
you got
before we started recording.
Alright, last thing. What drugs have y'all done?
nothing.
I've done nicotine, that's it.
Nothing.
I've smoked, that's all I've done. Actually, I vape,
You vape, bro?
correction.
Do you
You vape?
care if I leave? Do you
I
do you
don't
care?
vape, like, at all, but, like,
Do you care if I
I've,
leave this in?
no, not really.
I
I've
think
smoked.
YouTube cares. I think YouTube cares.
If you want to take it out, then you could take it out, but, like,
Oh,
like, I smoked my friend's vape. He's like, you want to try? I'm like, sure. So I went, but since my parents smoke, I was used to it, so so I literally just, I, like, took it all. He's like, bro, how? He's like, the first time I did, he was like, whoa, and I literally just went, And he was like, okay. Then he had it.
Ooh,
Who?
caribou.
Oh, I thought you said who. I was about to say, like, do you want a name drop?
No, I don't.
Drop, name drop, drop top.
Ooh, caribou.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
yeah. Ooh, caribou.
I think it's funny how in the last
Yeah.
episode, the first thing that means that said was that we had a funny story about that, and we never mentioned it, and now we have this episode, we still haven't mentioned it.
We're not gonna mention it. We're gonna mention it at the last one,
Well,
Adrian.
yeah, no,
Don't
because
mention it.
it's yours and Zach's story.
Well, no, Daemeon, well, it was me, Daemeon, and Corey first. Me and Corey first,
Oh, okay.
specifically.
Well,
And then,
maybe in the third podcast we'll get to it.
yeah, so, yeah, we had
All right.
it's mainly all four of us. I think it started with me and Corey, and Daemeon was there too, and we were joking about it. And we said it would be really funny. I think Corey initially came up with it.
Okay. Well,
All right.
that story to be explained in the next podcast. I hope.
That
And
means
I
you should
think
subscribe and watch it.
if you're still watching at this point, you're probably a big fan anyway, so it doesn't matter. You're watching regardless.
Subscribe. Put us on iTunes so we get put with all the podcasts.
Ooh,
So,
caribou.
That's gonna do it for this podcast. Don't forget to
There's a
like,
fly in my room.
comment. Come on, guys, trying to do the outro.
All
Come
right,
on.
do it.
All right. Yeah. That's gonna do it for this podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications if you really like us. And if you got any topics for us you want us to cover, go ahead and leave that down there in the comment section.
Okay. Be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
We'll
Give
see
us
you
Alright.
guys in the
time.
next thing we post.
See y'all next time. Hopefully, I'll be on this the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you stop recording, Adrian?
No?
Well,
Okay.
go ahead. Cut
I
it.
wasn't gonna say anything, but like I was just gonna